Hey everyone, and welcome. And I want to welcome Jose, a spiritual tradition specialist, soul coach and healer, and Erkki, author, spiritual astrologist. Tell me, what are you up to?
Hi, Sana. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Erki.
Hello. Thanks for inviting me, first of all. And yes, we are living in a very special time. Everybody knows that. And my motto is that where there are challenges, there are opportunities and possibilities. We shouldn't forget that. Now there are big cycles coming in, planetary cycles of the slow-moving planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. They are changing signs, and this all affects mankind, not just individuals, but the whole collective consciousness. It is changing in a very challenged way, but it's good for the soul. So we have plenty of possibilities for soul evolution here. It deals with international politics, economics, social areas. It affects everything, not only mankind, but also plant kingdom, animal kingdom, and all the kingdoms of the nature. So it's a big change, bigger than we can even expect. And it's not only up to the planets that are changing signs, but the spring equinox point, which happens usually around 20th of March, when we say that the sun moves into Aries. Actually, it's not moving into Aries. We have two different zodiacs. And the other one is that the spring equinox point, which is called vernal point, is moving from Pisces to Aquarius. And that this is the idea behind the age of Aquarius, like the hippie musical Hair, make it very popular.
There is also a drink, Aquarius.
So, and people at that time in the end of 60s thought that this is, a hippie dream, but it's a fact. It's an astronomical fact. This vernal point is moving very slowly. It takes 2,160 years to transit one sign, and it takes roughly 26,000 years to go around the whole zodiac. So it moves 1 degree in roughly 70 years. So it's not a very fast moving kind of thing. But whenever it changes signs, it means always the change of cultural climate, the change of spiritual climate, the change of different opportunities to understand human life. Now we are going from Pisces, that was very emotional sign, into the air sign Aquarius. Very progressive sign, possibly the most progressive sign of them all. And it deals with communities working together, helping each other, and it deals with modern technology. We are going to see very big changes in technology, bigger than
we are already,
yes,
aren't we, Erki?
Yeah.
We are definitely living very interesting times. As the Chinese will curse their enemies, may you live very interesting times. We are definitely living
Yes.
very interesting time.
And many people are saying that why I'm here, they think that this is something very bad and very drastic, and they become very pessimistic. But I'm trying to tell them that please think otherwise. How many possibilities we have now. We can test out our spiritual muscles.
Exactly.
That's the best time to do it. It's
exactly. And you see, for some reason, you, Sana, myself, and everybody watching this video, we somehow decided to choose. Some people may think we are pushed without a parachute into actually being incarnated in this moment in time, in this precise moment of humankind. And if we are here, it's because we have things to learn and we have things to contribute. And my role in this event is to try and bring in the understanding and the wisdom from the esoteric traditions, from both the East and the Western esoteric tradition. And astrology is part of the Western and Eastern and every possible tradition. And a lot of people have perhaps not a very good understanding of astrology. They think that it's something to do with the star signs and what kind of guy am I gonna get and what is my lucky day and all of this business. But what I find fascinating about astrology from a very early age, because I came across it when I was a very young man, is that astrology helps us to bring meaning and symbol to reality. You see, we live in these positivist scientific times where we have access to all this science and all this information. And if we are to believe, the current scientific view of the world, there is no meaning to our lives. There is no cycles. There is no consciousness. There is no symbol. And, you wake up in the morning, you do your bit, you work hard, you pay your taxes, and you die. And there is nothing after this. And there's no meaning to human life. We're just this rock orbiting the sun in the middle of a lot of rocks orbiting many other suns, and there's no meaning. And this is the biggest lie in the history of, because you see, all the ancient traditions, all the civilizations, they were aware of the cycles, of the meaning, of the symbol, because the horoscopes, they are symbols that help us understand ourselves and most importantly, help us understand our times. And this is why in ancient times, the scientists knew about astrology, because they wanted to understand and to be able to make the people, or at least the ruling class, understand what was going on and where they were going. And eventually this became very uncomfortable. So they decided to make the biggest trick. First, they forbid it, it's of the devil. And then they realized, wait, if you forbid something, people are gonna look at it even more. So it's a stupid sin for silly women. And then all this wisdom gets just thrown out because the powers that be, and now I'm being a little bit political here, the powers that be don't want people to see the big picture, not in their lives and not in life. And this is why astrology is such a strong component of the esoteric traditions, because it helps us to see meaning, direction, and the design which we are part of. And this is why we are so grateful to have Erkki with us, because he can help people understand the design, the big one, the cycles, and the personal, the microcosmos and the macrocosmos.
It's true. Astrology is partially based on the law of cycles. And, cycles, they have laws. And people don't realize it. I have been asking many scientists, where is the science of cycles? Because cycles are in everything, in economic, there are economic cycles. But this will be one of the coming sciences, science of cycles. And the other thing you mentioned is the symbology. And this is also based on a law, universal law of symbology. I have written about it in my book on universal laws.
And this is very important. People to awake, to really awake, and to be awake is to understand where they are in the space-time continuum. And what does it mean? Because it's all part of a design. We need to be able to see, because that's the beginning of consciousness. And I'm going to be talking about certain esoterical aspects of life and the micro and the macrocosmos, so that people understand what it is actually going on. Because astrology is one side of things. And as you know, Erkki, because you had to have written books about this, the laws. How do this universe works? How the macro works, how the micro works. And this is where we find ourselves. We live in a highly technological society without meaning and without wisdom. Lot of information, zero wisdom. And this is the contribution we have to give to the world.
Yes, the understanding of the universal laws is missing now. And you can break, we have the free will. But learning to understand the rules of the universe will make us wise. If we are breaking the rules,
and will make us free. Because the more we grow in consciousness, the more we are able to handle and work at will with the fabric of reality.
Yeah, and free will is so important. We need to remember this always. And as an astrologer, I always respect free will. So I don't predict, but I give the spiritual weather report so that people can choose what to do. But they know that how is the climate? If it's minus 25, it's not very wise to use swimming shorts.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
this is the difference between information and wisdom.
So we will be discussing a little bit about these laws. We will be discussing the paradigms shift which is going on, a few hints about the near future, not predicting, but
analysis and hints so that we can understand.
A few ideas we can share and we can discuss, and then the rest is history. Indeed.
Thank you, Erkki. At the end of the event, we'll have questions and answers, and this is a great opportunity for everybody to actually get something out of it. Like personally, Erkki and I will do our best to answer these questions from the astrology perspective, from the esoterica perspective, in whichever way we can, within our possibilities and limitations, we'll do our best to bring in some answers. And then there will be a mass meditation and healing transmission. I'm going to use the esoteric tradition to set consciousness into a higher notch, using our own capacity, our own spiritual team, or our own spiritual connection to be able to set a better, more conscious, and therefore less suffering individual and collective timeline.
Very true. Yeah, thanks, my brother.
Let's kick some ass.
Let's do it. Okay, and everybody, see you on Tuesday.
Looking forward, Erkki. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think this event is going to be amazing.